What's up, everybody? Rudy here, back with you with Vantage Mindset, where I teach you life and business strategies that keeps you guys on top. The next part, which that's number 3, which is focusing on your thoughts. And to me, this is the most overlooked thing in the entire world, is people do not understand the importance of thoughts. Like, we think that thoughts are just here, they come and go, and it is what it is. We think that we have control over our thoughts. We really don't. And when we start thinking that, our emotional state will start believing our thoughts without us even wanting to or being aware that that's going on. That's why you find yourself in a state of being groggy or being irritable, because your subconscious is working along with your thoughts, collecting certain ones because it's programmed to, and you don't even know it. And you can sit here and you can try to deny that all you want, but you can sit here and become accountable for your thoughts and not paying better attention and not learning about how the mind works and not practicing. It's just like a muscle. Like, I cannot get muscles if I do not physically go and work them out. It does not happen. And unless I'm doing a bicep workout, my biceps aren't gonna grow. If I'm working out my legs, I'm not gonna get growth here. So it's the same thing when you're practicing these techniques. If you're wanting to focus on having better thoughts, then you have to practice having better thoughts. You do that yourself, because I'd say 95% of the day, your thoughts are not coming because you generated them. They're coming from other sources. So once we get into that, like I said, we wanna practice being positive. Think about how many positive thoughts that you could do. One super important technique that's worked tremendously for me is my main mentor from back in the day. He told me, whenever you start to worry, just do the opposite. So when you start to have these thoughts, when you can become aware that you're getting into a state of having bad thoughts and you can see yourself like starting to believe them, when you can catch yourself and reprogram your state right there on the spot, oh man, it's one of the best, most empowering feelings that you can ever get. Like, trust me, when you can change your emotional state in just an instant, just because you decided to, there's nothing more powerful than that. And so in Philippians 4:8 it says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So he's saying any of these things. You see yourself living righteous. You see yourself living with great relationships in a nice city, surrounded by nice people, eating great foods. He's telling you to think about these things, because the more that we think about them, the more that we're going to attract them. Imagine trying to attract a red Chevy car that you want to buy, but you're going around looking for blue Hondas. You know, like, we have to focus on the goal and the desire all the way from the beginning. And then, so now step 4, once you become aware that you're putting your thoughts out there, the next step is that thoughts then have an emotional attachment. Once the emotion attaches to the thought, that's when it all becomes real. That's when the subconscious starts to do the work. So if you're having these thoughts and you're putting negative emotions like fear, hatred, envy, jealousy, your subconscious is going to retain that. Now when you see certain people doing certain things or acting a certain way or speaking to you a certain way, it triggers the subconscious, and it correlates to whatever emotion you gave to the thoughts that you were having about that certain situation. You understand that emotion really is just energy, and thoughts, it stems from thoughts. And so when our emotional state is going in flow, it's easy to have people know that. How many times have you been around someone in a bad mood and you're just like, damn, something's up with him, but I do not want to be around that person right now? Well, it's the same thing on the opposite end. You know, it's like I said, the best thing you could do is practice slowly. Just practice catching your thoughts and then working on your emotional state from that point. Because when you do, it's amazing. You cannot be stopped. It doesn't matter if something bad happens to you and it's your fault or not. You're going to understand that you can take accountability for the action and redirect the energy and your thoughts and your emotional state, and then you can get back in tune with God. And when you're in tune with God, we all know what happens. Great things come. Love comes. So the verse that I have for you guys as far as the emotional attachment and connection part is from Mark 11:24. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So just imagine if you believed that one sentence out of the Bible, that whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Like, that is a promise. That means any visualization and thoughts, God would not put those thoughts there and that vision in your mind if it was not a possibility for you to get to. I promise you, I'll pay you any amount of money in the world if you can disprove that. You go and you study anybody, all the greats that we have alive, and even the ones that have passed with all the great knowledge in books, they all will tell you the same thing. Number 5, after you start to have the visualization, the thoughts, the emotional part, now comes the action. And one of my favorite parts of the Bible, Jesus says faith without works is dead. And that's exactly true. The same thing with baptism. You can go and you can get baptized and you can say that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, and and go through the entire process. But if you do not mentally die to your current version of yourself and become better because you've accepted Jesus to your life now, then the whole act and, the verbal part of claiming Jesus as your Lord and Savior doesn't mean anything if you do not continue to live your life as that person going forward. And so whenever you want something, there's so many people who have all the skills that they need. They have the looks, they have the athleticism, but for whatever reason, they can't figure it out. And maybe they have all the tools to make $1 million business, but they're only getting $100,000 a year. Why? Because they don't have control of their thoughts. The negative thoughts cause procrastination. It causes you to not believe in yourself. When you don't believe in yourself, you're not likely to do anything about it. And if you do, you're doing it with the belief system of, it's probably not going to work anyways. So you don't even put effort into it. And when it doesn't work the first or even the second time, you quit. So faith without works is dead. You have to know that God already, in the last verse that I gave you, Mark 11:24, ask and just expect that it's already given to you. So please take that forward into your acting. Like when you want to act on something that you desire, know that is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And don't try to force the time. That's one thing we will never have control over. That is one thing you will never control is time. Number 6 is you just have to believe and have faith. And this is the hardest part for people to swallow, because having faith is confidence in what you hope for and you can't even see it in the first place. How hard is that to do? To just know that no matter what, you can end up in a place that you're in a different country, lost in a prison, no money, no resources, can't even speak the same language, and have faith that you will be led to where it is you need to be. Same thing with anything else. We can experience anything. I lost my younger brother. I could have let that destroy me and take me down, but I didn't. I have faith that there's a reason for his passing, and there's a reason for my life specifically. I can take this, share my experiences of what I learned about how I could have approached things differently, what it feels like to lose somebody, and what it feels like to now understand other people who've lost somebody and help them get through it with the techniques that just to have faith. To me, it's a flex. Saying that I could have faith in something that I can't prove or see, it's hard to do. And because it's hard to do, I'm doing it. So I feel like I'm flexing on people, and that's just my approach. Sorry if that sounds egotistical. It's not, but it is at the same time. But hey, whatever works for you, right? Like I said, you tell a lie so much, it finally becomes the truth. Well, use that for good. Lie to yourself about how you're going to be successful and you're going to do all these great things and become this great person. Lie so much until it becomes the truth. That's what I did. My life was on par to go very south and not be successful, not be in a position to where I'm working with people, teaching people, successful, having the time to be at home all day and work from home. So this is from Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. What we hope for and confidence in what we do not see, and assurance. That was the main word, is assurance. So you can choose to do what works for you, but I promise you that if you have faith in God, 100% of the time it'll work out for you. 100% of the time. And so the next steps after that is just aligning with that goal. Just knowing that you have to become that person. So imagine yourself in the current state. Now imagine yourself successful with that desired outcome that you were holding on the forefront of your thoughts. Who is this person that's already achieved this? How are they thinking? How are they breathing? How are they talking? How are they carrying themselves? What are the decisions that they're making now? So it's just get very grateful for everything you have. Understand the process of thoughts, visualization, emotion, acting, and then having faith. I promise you this is 100% guaranteed way to ensure that you're going to be successful and get any life you want. I promise, if God puts a vision of you being successful, living this amazing life that you only can dream for, I promise you it's because that's his way of telling you, I have this in store for you if you follow what needs to be done. Keep asking what needs to be done. He'll keep answering. Hope this video helped. If you guys want help in designing your life and taking action, doesn't matter if you're a business owner, you're an employee, I teach you these systems that I learned for both life and business that teaches you how to just literally control your own life. I've done it in so many different ways. Let me go ahead and teach you how to do it yourself. So go ahead and hit the link below. I'll see you on that complimentary call. Until then, peace. Us too, we apply this stuff to ourselves every day, and we're not perfect, but we strive.
I want to say that to the folks that are listening too. Rudy is the epitome of that. At 30 years old, I mean, this dude he just has such a fire for life, a passion, and you're not one of those ones that sit on the sidelines.